am John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. So, quick video today about Alien 40th anniversary. We got 5 figures announced by Hot Toys today, and in reality we are only getting 2. So of course we have the Alien Warrior, we have the Alien Warrior Deluxe version, then we have Aline Ripley Deluxe version, and finally we're getting Aline Ripley Artisan Edition. So without further ado, let's jump into what Hot Toys have given us, and I will give you my thoughts about it. So let's start by the Alien Warrior. So as you can see, he does look pretty interesting as a character. The hands have changed a little bit compared to some of the previous versions. Of course, Hot Toys likes to say, hey, look, if you bought this version of the figure, well, look how we upgraded it, and makes it feel a lot worse than the ones you had by and then. So let's have a look at it. So as you can see, he does look a lot thicker than the previous versions, but it also feels like this is a suit that somebody's wearing due to the fact that the way it's done. It feels like there's a human in this suit. Of course, it would not go for the hands, I can agree, but it does feel more like a suit than a xenomorph creature. So yeah, this is something that, I mean, I have the original ones, and they had a charm to it. They had this elasticity, the caoutchouc on them that made them look pretty well, and they did hold out pretty good, except for the articulation points, and hopefully they will have corrected it with these figures over here. So of course, how couldn't we be teased by Hot Toys when they announced it, because they announced first the 2 Alien figures, and then they were teasing Aline Ripley, and we're going to be getting into it, because I did put on Facebook, when I saw the picture, I was wondering if this was Sigourney Weaver's stunt double, because there's something off about the head sculpt, and of course you can see how the figure it looks itself. I'm a bit hesitating about the way I feel about this figure compared to the previous ones that I own, and again, will I be picking it up or not? I will tell you that when we get there. Let me know if you're going to get it in the comment section. So of course we have the deluxe version of the Alien. I should put everything together because it does make sense, and the extra part is the egg over here who's not open, and you have the base that has a little part that comes in, and you should put it on. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. This may not be fixed on the base over here, but we're going to figure that out a little bit later. Then of course we have 2 interchangeable mouth with extended inner jaw. So I'm kind of curious to know how that works, because back in the day this was all made out of caoutchouc, and I was always a bit worried to open the alien mouth because of the stretch and pull and the possibility that the caoutchouc could break. But here it seems like they decided to be able to swap out the parts on it, who kind of does make sense and makes it better for longevity. But again, the way the alien looks, the paint that they used, or the way they did the weathering and the color schemes on this alien is definitely not working for me. So here we can see up some more close-ups of the highly detailed, hyper-realistic sculpted and paint. Again, I'm going to stick with my original aliens. I do think that they have a charm to them that this one doesn't have, but as you can see, there's a lot of the way the paint job looks. Again, I haven't seen the movie Aliens in a little while, and it did came out a long time ago. So, of course, 40 years. So, yeah, that's definitely a really long time ago. So, yeah. I'm really a bit hesitant about it. Afterwards, we have 2 pairs of interchangeable seamless silicone arms. So that's something who's going to be also of an interesting factor for the figure itself. And again, this comes into how good the joints are going to be, because the other ones were pretty bad. Now, of course, this calls for army building. Now, the problem is army building could be a little bit expensive if you're going to be going on to Alien Warriors to have multiple pieces. So here is what I was telling you, like Hot Toys likes to rub it in your face. If you bought MMS 826, who is the big chap, I believe, if my memory serves me well, and you cannot really compare due to the fact that they had the same similar design, but they were not 100% exact in the same way. Now the one over here, MMS 354, this must be the one who came out a little bit later. I don't remember this one. I don't even think I picked it up, or maybe I did. I can't remember. I have so many figures that I haven't unboxed, but as you can see, the new Alien is already bigger, larger, and we can continue in the way that you can see it. It does feel a lot bigger. This one feels a lot thinner. You can really see how the legs are thicker and everything seems more bulkier, and it's not only seem more bulkier on the new version. Big chap again, it's nice to put it as a comparison, but it has nothing to do. What would have been interesting would be for Hot Toys to give us the original Alien Warrior that you did back in the day, to put it with it. I will have to go and find it. It must be somewhere inside all the different boxes. So here we have a back look of the Alien figures, and yeah, again, something who came out a lot later is going to be way better than what was done previously, even if again, I do find my original Aliens, and I was pretty lucky with the articulations. None of them broke. So yeah, I'm not really much convinced. So here is exactly the egg part that you can put onto the base, and as you can see, it does seem that these parts of alien creature or alien parts on the metal frame can be removed, and it looks like that, and hopefully we'll be getting all of these different alien stands to go with every figure instead of having different figures. Now, of course, one egg does feel a bit lackluster for an exclusive. I remember back in the day you used to get a face hugger with every figure, and over here we're not getting anything, so that's a bit of a disappointment. So here is our Alien Warrior, the deluxe version with the exclusive closed egg. So that one, I do have the price for those two, and this one's going to go for $340 US. Of course, this does not include shipping nor the taxes, and I guess there would be an extra fee for the tariffs because Sideshow doesn't put those out directly in the figures, so they're going to normally charge you a bit later on if you're going to be getting some extra fees. So $340, maybe $350 for this figure, and I remember buying those guys at about what would this suggest retail price back in the day? I think it was about $80 or $90 US. So yeah. Army building, not really. Now you could say, well, John, you could go on the Alien Warrior, and this Alien Warrior is still $315. So again, if you have to add $10 of participation in the tariffs, that's $325. Then you need to add the shipping, then you have to add the taxes. That's going to put your figure at a very high price for somebody who wants to army build. So yeah. No, I don't know. I might pick one up, but I'm not sure. Maybe but yeah, afterwards, if it's going to look, the other ones that I have, the previous ones I have, look not that great, but it makes it maybe totally irrelevant for me to pick this one up. Afterwards, I'm going to see. I'm going to give it a thought over, but personally for me, I'm happy with the ones I have. And we'll see what else they come out for the 40th anniversary. Now let's talk about Sigourney Weaver or Ellen Ripley. And of course, like I said, there's 3 different versions. I should mix them up into the not going to go through the 3 different versions because basically you get in the same figure, and the only thing that you're getting extra with the exclusive version is an extra, the same egg that attaches to the back of it, and for the artisan version you got some real hair. So let's continue in looking into some of these pictures of the figure itself. As you can see, this is the exclusive one with the egg. You can see also that the weapons seem to be put together, and I thought that she scotch taped them together if I have good memory, so it would be really very interesting to see how they decided to go with it. But as you can see, they seem to be attached, and they decided to give the little add of a flame on it, who looks pretty neat. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. It's a nice little accessory. Then some more pictures of Aline Ripley. As you can see, both weapons can be dislocated or dismantled from each other, so I don't know how they decided to stick them together. So this is something that will need to be checked out at a later date. So of course we're looking at the head sculpt, and I can hear a lot of people are saying, so the head sculpt, there is something, but I don't know if it's the hair, the way that the jawline is. Something feels off about this head sculpt, and of course such a full part of hair like this also does kind of makes it pretty thick. And that's very funny. I was reading some comments where people were saying that they see the likeness for this figure, but they don't see the likeness for the artisan version, who's basically the same head. So let me know in the comment section if you agree, disagree, which one do you think is good, and do you think this is Aline Ripley or Sigourney Weaver's stunt double, like I joked about it on Facebook. So here's some more pictures of this new figure that they made, and yeah, I have some huge issues with this figure. So coming on to the exclusive version, of course the artisan one over here, you can see that there's some real hair going on around there. Oh god, and this kind of haircut on her, something feels a little bit off. I don't know what it is, but again, for something that could be around $400, because that's normally around the prices you're going to pay for the artisan. I don't know the prices for the other regular and also the deluxe version of her, but I'm guessing for this one it's going to be about 400. And if you my guess, if I would have to go for it, I would say there's going to be if there's $25 different, so there's going to be another 25 different, so maybe she's going to be about 260 maybe, and 285 for the deluxe version for her. But again, I'm really not digging at all what they did. There is something to it, but the hair and all this other mix-up gives me some weird ways of feeling about this figure. Of course, it is way better than the first one they did, but you have to also remember that we got two figures back in the day when we got Aline Ripley, because we got her as a simple box, or you could buy her with the power loader. And this is something that I'm a bit surprised that Hot Toys hasn't announced. They already made one. Are they going to make a new one? This is very interesting to see where they will be going with it. But over here you can see that there is a separate rolling eyeballs. This is nothing new. This is with every figure now. Then you also have the pulse rifle with slidable phone, a retractable stock and removable magazine. Okay, yeah, so again, this is basically, I'm thinking that the other ones did have it, but those are also somewhere in storage, so that's something that we'll have to go and have a look at. And of course, something I was not talking about, there's a seamless arms, and you can see with the wrist over here, it is always nice to have a little patch or a watch to go over to cover this articulation. The weapon, I mean, they already did them, so it's not much of a stretch for them them to give us some extra or make it look a bit better than the original one that they gave out. So of course we have again the same base of the plate over here, so we can see that there is different ways of posing. And again, I do hope that you can remove all of this alien goo or alien part of the way that they build their nesting for the eggs, but really I'm not really impressed by the figure itself. Like I said, it is nice to have the seamless forearms to appear over there, but the whole figure itself feels a bit off on that behalf. And asking to put so much money into a figure who's basically how do we call it? A figure that we don't know if they're going to be re-editing a bit later on to go with the power loader or not. So this is something that will have to be seen. And again, making 3 versions of this one does make a bit of sense because they're going to cash in, try to cash in a maximum of money. But again, having the deluxe version or the artisan version, if you decide to sell them at a later date, those two are going to be sellers, the other one not that much. So, of course, I wanted to put a picture of Aline Ripley, of course, from the movie, and as you can see, there is something, but I think when I'm looking at this picture where she's with Newt, and I think this is after the crash, this is from a Wikipedia page, if I'm not mistaken, and when I'm looking at that, I really think that there is something off, and it's maybe the hair. The hair is too thick. There's something needs to be reworked on that figure. So I don't know what you think about it. Do you agree, disagree with me about it? And like I said, with the artisan version, really makes it stick out a bit, and you can see the hair is really thick. Maybe too thick, maybe that's the reason why for this one doesn't work for me. Anyway, let me know in the comment section if you agree with me. Are you planning to buy these figures? Are you going to pass? Do you want to see, of course, the Space Marines? Let me know in the comment section and let's start a conversation around our favorite hobbies. So that's going to be it for my thoughts about the new Alien 40th Anniversary 2 figures that were teased to us by Hot Toys. If you like this kind of videos, please leave a like and share. Comment in the section. If you want to go and check out more news, you can go and have a look at the end of the video. You can also go to my Facebook page, Instagram page, where I have some photos out. You can go and click on the links are in the description of this video. Also, if you decide to pre-order any of these figures, I have an affiliated link with Sideshow, so of course it helps the channel. So if you can use it, thank you very much for helping out the channel and supporting it in a way that does not cost you any money. And of course, I'm going to wish you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.